Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
What's up, everybody? Merry Christmas. Belated Merry Christmas. I know many of you are like, well, Kevin, are you doing a live show now for Christmas? Yeah, I'm doing a live show for you. I was traveling much of the last week, and I'm going to apologize already for some of the best stuff shows. We had problems arranging studios while I was in New York City. The studio that we arranged for was noisy. It had an air conditioning unit that had a fan blade. It was like clink, 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 and you could hear it throughout the broadcast. And while we were prepping the show, I was like, we can't broadcast with this. It sounds like I was in the hunt for Red October and Jonesy was looking for the Russian sub. Tink, 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 tink. I was like, we can't do it. So that was part of the reason. The other reason is we are setting up guest hosts, and it's not as simple as it sounds because everybody thinks they're, bigger and better in radio than you are. So if you ask them to host your show, they're offended. Oh, who are you? You should be hosting my show. Oh, sorry. I'll host anybody's show. I don't really care if I have the time. I don't have the time to host mine. But it's strange, the dynamic. And so lots going on. As I said, was up in New York dealing with Fox stuff. But, I don't even want to talk about that. First of all, hope you had a Merry Christmas. Hope you had great holidays with family and friends. And just for the record, family is not necessarily blood. Family are people that love and care about you and who want to be with you and want to spend time with you. And that is my definition of family. I'm happy when we have family that we, want to have around us. It's our blood relatives. You'll understand what I'm talking about when you think about your ancestry DNA. I got mine done. I'm going to be releasing those results on the radio show. I'm going to talk about them. I'm also going to talk about them with respect to my blog, my writings, my articles, because it was very insightful. And I've already had relatives coming out of the woodwork, sending me pictures. Kevin, who is you? How do we kin over here? And it's been amazing. But here's my point. There are people that I've never known. I had a young lady contact me. She's my first cousin. And we were sitting there. She goes, I didn't even know you existed. I go, same here. And I don't know if I've even said this on the air, but my uncle and I were having a conversation, and he said to me, Kevin, there's a total of, he goes, I believe there are 12 of you, meaning 12 kids. Now, my brother, I know, and my half-brother, I know, but apparently there are 9 others out there. So if they ever get their DNA tested, then we're going to find each other. The young lady who contacted me says, Kevin, it's amazing because, she goes, I'll work it for a month and nothing happens. And then suddenly something happens. And I go, you know what happens? Somebody else takes a DNA test. And suddenly you go, oh, and you find out more about that line. So it's been an amazing discovery. I recommend that you guys do it. Maybe we'll even get something done where we can carry Ancestry DNA on the show because it's so worth you guys doing it. But long story short, did it. And but here's what I've learned. So I've got a play mom and dad, as you guys know, Mary and Frank. And they sent, me some flowers and, Kevin, thinking about you, blah, blah, blah. Every time I have a project, they say, hey, let my mom calls me and says, hey, let me and your dad know. We'll help you fund it. And I mean, as much as I love my grandparents who raised me and obviously wish I could have been raised by my mom, the fact that this family, we've adopted each other, I think is amazing. And that to me represents family. I've got 4 young sons. I call them my sons, these adopted kids that came to stay with me for a year while they were teaching French. And I call these guys my kids. They're sending me information. The 2 of them are in Seoul, South Korea, and things like that. You get to live through them. When I was in Paris, I met up with one of them. He works at a restaurant in Paris. It's just amazing to be able to reach out to these kids and have them keeping in contact with you. It floors me. So I'm so blessed to have that. And obviously my immediate family is a blessing as well. So I hope you were able to experience that. And it wasn't about gifts and things like this. I mean, yeah, you're always happy to get kids things like that. Christmas is a big time for me as a kid. I didn't get much. I got my underwear and my socks, and but that's okay. That's what my family could afford. But so it's nice to actually get gifts that you don't have to use for school the next semester or whatever. But it's also good to just be part of the whole Christmas experience and understand what it's about. The biblical aspects of it. So hopefully you got a chance to do that. We're going to try to do as many, like I said, I've got a few issues to work out on radio, but we're moving forward. We got a ton going on. My gosh, teapartycommunity.org is going to we've launched, but we're going to relaunch. We got mobile coming in and all kinds of stuff. So I'm so excited about what 2018 is going to bring. And even more exciting is what Donald Trump's doing. And we're going to get into this because it's much needed. We've got, clips of people just saying the most loony things over the holidays. Chris Wallace talking about how many seats the Republicans could lose and things like this. We had revelations about illegals that were made on Tucker Carlson's show. Did you hear this? The murder rate among the crime rate among illegals. They've kept this information from you. They don't want you to know what the situation is with these people, because the truth is going to crush any narrative that they have. They know this. So we've got statistics to give you on that. But what part of the Obama legacy hasn't been dismantled in a good way that we can't cover? I mean, we could cover Obamacare. Merry Christmas to you. The individual mandate's gone. Pretty soon you're going to start getting plans that can work for you again. So congratulations on that. McCabe, he's now wanting to retire. FBI deputy director. He's retiring. We had James Baker, who stepped down, got demoted. You're winning. You're winning across the board. The EPA. I'm going to give you some numbers. This isn't going to be conjecture. And also, I'm going to cover a phone call that I got from a guy that says he's a Republican. And he heard me say something on Outnumbered that was completely taken out of context, but I'm going to respond back to him. By the way, on that particular guy, he didn't even have the guts. I called him at his house because, get his number. Figured if he wanted to vent, he could vent. Called his house over the holidays, tell him Merry Christmas, and he wouldn't even pretend that he didn't call me. Back in there.
This is the Kevin Jackson Radio Show.
Do you owe back taxes to the IRS or state? The secret to avoiding the IRS nightmare is to seek professional representation. My friends at Security Tax Associates provide the most cost-effective and ethical representation in the industry while helping to avoid seizures, levies, and wage garnishments. Security Tax Associates is here to ensure that the appropriate steps are taken to permanently eliminate any possibility of future tax burdens once and for all. For a free, no-obligation consultation, contact Security Tax Associates, 844-779-4177. That's 844-779-4177. 844-779-4177. Or visit them at securitytaxassociates.com.
Beth Cook Moranville, author of Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope.
Hope, that wonderful, wonderful 4-letter word that you may feel completely out of. I wrote this book to give you great hope. It's not too late. If fetal position is an all too familiar place for you, I understand. If the next 60 seconds are too long, this book is for you. Wherever you are right now, whether you're dealing with divorce or death or sickness, take hope. You are going to make it through this pain. Don't roll your eyes. I've walked this road and I know it. The best is yet to come.
Closer Than Your Breath, a book of hope from author and speaker Beth Cook Moranville, can be found on Amazon.com or Kindle.com. For more information, visit closerthanyourBreath.com or on Facebook at Closer Than Your Breath.